everybody, welcome back to Dubstuff. I'm going to do the review for the February 10th NHL Games. So to start off with, we got a lot on the slate tonight. We're going to start off with the Kings and the Oilers, because this made me happy. In the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, Pierre-Luc Dubois scores from Jordan Spence and Trevor Moore on the power play at 2:38 to get the Kings lead. Travelers would add to that lead at 3:27 of the second from Quinton Byfield. Third period, Byfield would get one of his own at 7:06 from Gavrikov and Matt Roy. Then Byfield would score again at 17:18 from Kopitar and Kempe into the empty net. The Kings take that one 4-0. The Oilers, so that's good. Coyotes and Predators. So in the first period, Ryan O'Reilly scores at 12:28 from Forsberg and Nyquist. Dermott, former Canuck, would score from Zucker and Kerfoot at 13:10 to tie it up. Yossi would score at 11:39 in the second from Dyson Berry on the power play to give the Predators back the lead. Genther would score for the Coyotes at 18:31 from Clayton Keller and Jason Zucker on the power play. Third period at 1:45, Yusuf Valimaki would give the Coyotes the lead from Gunther and Hayden. Schmaltz would score at 4:07 from Zucker and Keller on the power play. Tommy Novak would score at 6 minutes from Ryan McDonough and Luke Evangelista on the power play. Then Forsberg would score from Ryan O'Reilly and Roman Yossi at 9:59 of the third to tie it up. And then the third, and then overtime, a minute 36 in, McDonough would score from Novak and Nyquist to get the Predators 5-4 win overtime in that one. Tampa Bay and Columbus. So in the first period, Nick Paul scores for the Lightning at 15:40 from Hagel and Radish on the power play. Second period at 49 seconds, Cirelli scores from Hagel and Paul. Third period, Stamkos scores 23 seconds in from Hedman and Kucherov on the power play. Boone Jenner would score at 12:22 from Gaudreau and Werenski. Jenner would score again at 15:50 from Gaudreau and Marchenko on the power play. And then Hagel would score from Kucherov and Cirelli into the empty net at 19:12. They would take the win in that 1:42. The Lightning would. Seattle and Philadelphia. Off this one. In the first period, Scott Laughton scores at 4:36 from Cam York and Morgan Frost on the power play. Tatar would score for the Kraken at 17:09 from Vince Dunn and Adam Larson. Poland would score for the Flyers at 18:14 from Garner Hathaway and Nick Seeker, Seeler shorthanded. Second period, there's no scoring. Third period, 36 seconds in, Jared McCann, former Canuck, would score from Wenberg and Dunn. And then Couture would score the game winner at 5:30 from Sanheim and Konechny. Flyers take that 1-3-2 in regulation. Right, Penguins and Jets. In the first period, Mark Scheifele scores at 10:20 from Nikolai Ehlers. Niederreiter would score for the Jets again at 15:39 from Schmidt, former Canuck, and Logan Stanley. Second period, Russ would score from Carlson and Graves at 14:08. Third period, no scoring. The Jets take that one 2-1. Devils and Hurricanes. So in the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, no scoring. Third period, no scoring. And in overtime, Aho scores from Natchez and Slavin at 3:40 to win for the Hurricanes. Overtime, 1-0. They take that one. Maple Leafs and Senators, Battle of Ontario. This one got heated closer to the end. First period, Austin Matthews scores at 3:45 from Marner and Nyes. Drew would score at 17:53 from Matthew Joseph. Second period, Tarasenko would pop another one for the Senators at 2:04 from Pinto and Chychrun. Nyes would add one for the Maple Leafs at 9:43 from Marner and Matthews. Pinto would score at 11:13 from Parker Kelly and Artem Zub. And then Norris would add another one for the Senators at 15:13 in the second from Drake Batherson. Josh Norris. I think I said that. Anyways, third period, Max Domi scores at 5:12 from Morgan Riley and Nicholas Robertson. And then in 1954, the controversial goal, Riley Gregg scores from Shane Pinto into the empty net. And then Morgan Riley sucker punched him in the back of the head. He'll have an in-person hearing, and we'll see what the consequence for that is. I don't agree with what he did, and I don't agree with Sheldon McKeith's comments saying that it was appropriate. You don't never want to hospitalize a guy for taking a slap shot into the net. It's dumb. Come on. Moving on from that, Colorado and Florida. So we're going to go into the first period. Carter Verhaeghe scores at 10:19 from Barkov and Tkachuk into the power play, on the power play. Reinhardt would score. He's not a freaking heater. 39 goals now already. At 16:56 from Tkachuk and Barkov on the power play again. Second period at 17:52, Lister Ryan scoring from Kulikov and Rodriguez gives the Panthers a 3-0 lead. And the third period, at 9:20, Barkov scores unassisted to give the Panthers a 4-0 win. There we go. Washington and Boston. So in the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, TJ Oshie scores from Pacioretty and McMichael on the power play at 1:05. Third period at 3:24, Dylan Strome scores from Ovechkin and Oshie. And then at 19:33, Ovechkin scores from Winston into the empty net. They took that one 3-0. So Boston having back and forth games. Lost to Calgary whenever Vancouver lost to Washington. So going a little bit back and forth in the second half. Anyways, they'll probably stabilize it out. I'm not worried about them missing the playoffs. Not that I'd want them to, but yeah, whatever. St. Louis and Buffalo. So in the first period, Jake Neighbours scores for the Blues at 12:53 from Buchnevich and Thompson on the power play. Oposo would score 51 seconds into the second, unassisted. Kyrou would restore the one-goal lead at 4:32 from Parenko and Colton and Rosen. And then in the third period at 18:03, Neighbours scores from Shen and Kaprizov. Kapanen. I don't know where I got Kaprizov from. Kaprizov, yes. But anyways, the Blues set that one 3-1 in regulation over Buffalo. Montreal and Dallas. So in the first period, there's no scoring. Second period, Suzuki opens up the scoring at 38 seconds from Caulfield and Matheson. Harley would tie it up at 3:51 from Behance and Jason Robertson. Sagan would score for the Stars at 4:15 from Duchesne and Marchment. He would score again at 17:45 from Duchesne and Marchment again. And then Slavkovsky would score for the Habs at 18:37 the second from Suzuki and Matheson. Third period, there's no scoring. Dallas 63-2. Calgary and the Islanders. So in the first period, Mackenzie Weegar scores at 3:47 from Markstrom and Coleman. Second period at 8:38, Huberdeau would score from Sharangovich and Hanifin on the power play. I'm not going to say that Kuzmenko ignited Huberdeau, but I'm also going to say that Kuzmenko ignited Huberdeau. He's scoring at a bit higher pace now. 15-16, Mackenzie Weegar scores again from Dewar and Peltier to give the Flames a 3-0 lead. Third period. At 4 minutes, Brock Nelson scores from Dobson and Palmieri. At 15:59, Coleman scores unassisted into the empty net. At 17:28, Pajot would score from Barzell. And then Weegar would complete the hat trick at 19:38 from Huberdeau and Kadri into the empty net. So Weegar having a good game there. Flames hit that one 5-2. And the last game of the night is Vancouver and Detroit. First period, 45 seconds in, Raymond scores to give the Red Wings a 1-0 lead for David Perron and Jeff Petrie. Second period, Hoglander would score from Hronik and Pedersen at 1:09. 11:10, Hronik would score against his former team from McCabe and Pedersen to put the Canucks up 2-1. Pedersen would score at 13:27 from Suter and Hronik. And they take a 3-1 lead going into the third. Third period, 2:34, Sprong scores from Kane and Valeno on the power play. 7:51, or 7:51. Yeah, Rasmussen would score from Wallman and Fisher. So a rare case where the Canucks actually don't hold the lead going into the third. They tie it up. It goes to overtime, and then Wallman scores unassisted on a penalty shot 23 seconds in. So, yeah, Canucks get points, but they lose the 1-4-3 in overtime. Alright, so that's it for February 10th. So hit like if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.